Students, in this class, we will move on to our third chapter, that is transistor amplifiers. What are amplifiers? So, transistors are used to make an amplifier circuit. Okay, so transistor amplifiers. We are using transistor as a component to make the amplification done for an amplifier circuit. Okay, so that is why they are called as transistor amplifiers. Now coming to the question, what will we call an amplifier as? So what it is? So what amplifier is what? It is an electronic circuit. So amplifiers are what? Electronic circuits which does what function? They will do the amplification. Amplification means what? Amplification is the process of increasing the strength of a weak signal. Okay, so or weak signal, weak electric signal, we can say it as. Okay, so process of increasing the strength of a weak electric signal. So there will be a weak electric signal. So strength signal whose what you can say strength is less. So we will call it as what? Weak electric signal. Okay, so we have an electric signal whose strength is very weak. It is very weak signal. Okay, so it has got less energy. Okay, so such a weak electric signal is increased in its energy or increased in its strength. Such process is called as what? Amplification. Amplification is the process of increasing strength of a weak signal, weak electric signal. So after amplification, we will get a signal which will be of what? Higher, or you can say strong signal we can have. After amplification, the output of your amplifier will be what? A strong signal. Input to an amplifier will be what? Weak signal. Weak signal is made to what? A strong signal. So that what we have is energy booster, we can say it as. Okay. So amplifiers has such circuits, and to make amplification we are using what? Transistor. Okay, so transistor we are using to make that amplification done. So that is why they are called as transistor amplifiers. We can also use FETs for amplification, and many other components can be used for amplification purposes. So now in this chapter we will be learning about transistor amplifiers. Okay, so transistors are used in what? So we have our BJT, okay, bipolar junction transistor, and it can be used in three of the configurations. First one will be what? Common emitter configuration. Next will be common base configuration, and third will be what? Common collector configuration. So three of the configurations are there. In three of the configurations, we can make use of those transistors in all the three of the combinations to make your amplification. Okay, so and the correct we can have the amplification done, or the amplifier or transistor amplifiers can be used to make either current amplification or voltage amplification or power amplification. Okay, so we can use them as what? Current amplifiers, voltage amplifiers, or power amplifiers. Okay, so all the three are done. Okay, so now we will see. So now we are aware of what is amplification. Amplification is the process wherein the strength of each signal will be increased to make that signal as what? A strong signal. Okay, yes. So now for amplification to happen, we have a transistor, and a transistor has to be operated in which region for amplification? I have said this in our previous chapter. Okay, so transistor can be operated in what? As a switch. Transistor is operated as a switch when we make it to go to saturation point or cutoff point, or saturation region. If you make it to go, then it will be acting as what? On switch. If you make it to cutoff region, it will be acting as what? Off switch. So we can take it to saturation region to work as on switch, and we can take it to cutoff region to make it as what? Off switch. So it can be used as a switch. It is that. Okay, controlled switch we call it as. Transistor is called as what? Controlled switch. Diode is called as what? Normal switch. Okay, yes. So now best your transistor, like I have a component also transistor, and I have a diode. Okay, so what is the best application of your diode? Diode is used as what? Rectifier. Rectification means AC to DC conversion. So for that purpose only, that is the best application. Okay, the main application of your diode is what? rectification, AC to DC conversion. Okay, yes. So now coming to transistor. Transistor diode can also be used as a switch, on-off switch. Transistor can also be used as a on-off switch, controlled on-off switch. It is okay. So diode we have only two terminals, so there is no question of control terminal. Okay, once it is on, once it is off, forward and reverse bias. Okay, yes. Now coming to transistor. Transistor is having a base terminal, so that it can be used as a control terminal between your emitter and collector, isn't it? Yes. So now coming to transistor amplifier, like transistors are called as what? Controlled switch. Okay. Yes. So now coming to the best the best application of a transistor is amplifiers. Transistors are best used as what? Amplifiers. Amplification is the best application or the main application of your transistor. Okay. So now transistor amplifiers. Now to make transistor to work as an amplifier, what is the main condition? That is what we have learned in our previous chapter, isn't it? Yes. So what is that? In our regions, there were three regions, isn't it? So one is cutoff region, active region, and then we have what? Saturation region, and if you go beyond the voltage, that will be breakdown region, isn't it? Yes. So to make your transistor to work as what? A best amplifier, so it should be operated in what? Active region. Okay, so it should be operated in what? Active region, isn't it? Active region of the characteristic graph. So we have this characteristic graph. In that active region, it should be made to work. Okay, so in that active region, it should be made to work. So then it will act as what? Best amplifier. Okay, so it will do us what? A good amplification or good conversion of low strength signal to what? High strength signal. Okay, yes. So your transistor must be operating in active region. To make your transistor to operate in active region, so we have to obey these two rules. So these two are the biasing conditions. So biasing conditions which are to be done to make your amplifier means to make your transistor to work as what? Amplifier, best amplifier. So we have to bias the circuit or the transistor bias, like transistor's amplifier must be biased in this proper manner. So what is that? Base to emitter junction must be forward biased, isn't it? Base to emitter junction must be what? Forward biased, and base to collector junction must be what? Reverse biased. Base to emitter junction must be forward biased, base to collector junction must be reverse biased. These are the two conditions. Okay, so base to emitter must be forward biased. Okay, so that it will be doing your base current, and as base current increases, collector current also increases. Fine? Yes. So means as base current increases, collector current increases. As base current decreases, collector current also decreases. Isn't it? Yes. So now base to collector junction, it should be what? Reverse biased. So then we will have this. When we have both these conditions are satisfying, then your transistor is working in what? Active region. So it will be in the active region of operation in the output characteristic curve. So then now we can use that transistor circuit as what? Best amplifier. Okay, yes. So now we will come back to a question. Okay, so in our previous chapter about your transistor biasing, so we have talked about the DC load line. Okay, so in that definition of DC load line, so we will call something called as what? Under no signal condition. What is that? Under no signal condition. Okay, so under no signal condition. So when we like we have that definition for your what is that? DC load line. So that is the thing. So and so under no signal condition is that as a last sentence. Okay. So what is that? Under no signal condition means what? No signal. No signal in the sense. So we haven't applied any signal. No signal condition means what? Under no signal condition means what? None of the signal has been applied yet. Okay. So when we have no signal applied to an amplifier or to any of the circuit. Okay, so the biasing is what? Biasing is different and providing some input is different. So we have discussed this, isn't it? In our previous year and all, we have discussed all these things, isn't it? So what is that? Biasing or giving energy to a circuit is different, giving input to a circuit is different, isn't it or not? we have that power supply or that bias voltage which has been given. So that will make your device to get activated or that circuit to get activated, isn't it? So that voltage, that bias voltage or that power supply which has been given, so it will make that circuit to get activated, all the components to get activated, isn't it? So after that it is ready. So then we are providing some input signal. So for that thing, no signal condition means what? We haven't given any of the input yet. Okay, any of the input signal hasn't been given yet. Okay, if we give some signal, so we'll get some output, isn't it or not? Okay, so that is the thing. In the sense, so we have eaten some food, so that is biasing. Okay, so we have eaten some food. That means what? We are biased now. Okay, so we have that energy to do work. So now input is what? I will ask you to do some work. So that is my input, and as an output you will do that work. I will give you some assignment. You will do that assignment. So this is input. That is output. The food what you have eaten, so that is your bias voltage. So that will give you energy to do that particular task, isn't it? Yes, that is what we are talking about here. Okay, so under no signal condition means what? None of the voltage or none of the signal has been given, none of the AC input signal has been given. So that is what is called no signal condition. Okay, is that okay? Fine. Yes. So now this is that is all done. So these are the two bias conditions which I have to what we have to do. What we have to make the biasing so and so that your transistor is working in what? Active region. So after the transistor is working in what? Active region, we will call another term called as faithful amplification. So what is that faithful amplification? Faithful in the sense without any mistake. Okay, so faithful amplification. Okay, faithful amplification in the sense, so there will be, it is nothing but strength of a weak signal will be increased. Okay, strength of a weak signal will be increased without changing its shape. Okay, so if we have that conversion happening, okay, so conversion happening from weak signal into a strong signal, and if there is no change, if shape of the signal is not at all altered, okay, such amplifications are called as what? Faithful amplification. Shape of the signal in the sense what do you mean by shape of the signal? Shape of the signal is not at all altered. Shape of the signal in the sense what? Shape. In the sense frequency will be talking about. Okay, so here we have a sine wave given as an input. So here there is an amplifier block diagram like what I have shown here. So this is amplifier block. So here we have given some input voltage. Here we will have output voltage. So Vin is the input voltage. With this input voltage given Vin, In will be II. Means what? Vi means what? The input. II is what? Your input current. Okay, so input voltage given, input current will flow. So that will be amplified, and it will make some output current I0 and output voltage V0. Okay, so here we have input part. This is your output part for an amplifier. So I have given a weak signal. Okay, so a signal of less amplitude. Okay, the signal of less amplitude or less strength we can say it. Okay, less amplitude means what? Less strength signal or weak signal we call it as. So this weak signal will be given to amplifier circuit. So this amplifier is nothing but your transistor amplifier. So transistor amplifier, we can make use of different components to make the amplification. So here in this chapter we will be learning about transistor amplifiers, because transistors are the best components for amplification. Okay, yes. So transistor amplifiers, and in all of the circuits, so in all of the electronic circuits, transistor amplifier circuits are a common thing. Okay, so we have to have a amplifier circuit for any of the circuit. You can take it as, okay. So transistor amplifiers will be there. Okay, transistor amplifier circuits will be there in any of the circuits. Okay, for granted. Okay, yes. So they have an amplifier circuit. So here we will be having the output signal. So which is of high amplitude. Okay, so you can say that what strength of the signal has been increased from this much strength to this much, having no change in the shape. Shape means what? Here I have given sine wave, only sine wave will be having, and shape in the sense the frequency shouldn't change. Okay, so then we will call it as what? amplifier. Okay, so amplification is happening means what? The shape of the signal or the frequency of the signal shouldn't alter. Okay, so that faithful amplification means what? It is the process of increasing the strength of the weak signal to make it to what? A strong signal without changing its shape. Without changing its shape. So that is what is what? Faithful amplification. The term called as what? Faithful amplification. Faithful amplification. So shape of the signal, nothing is going to change. Okay, nothing is going to change. Only the strength of the signal will be increased. Such thing is called what? Faithful amplification. Okay, so transistor amplifiers. So now coming to definition of transistor amplifier. Transistor amplifiers are the circuits, electronic circuits which will increase the strength of a weak signal without changing its frequency. We will call it as. Okay, so we will define transistor amplifiers as what? And transistor amplifiers are the circuits which will increase the strength of a weak signal without changing its frequency. Frequency is not at all altered. So that if the frequency is not at all getting altered, that means what? The signal what I have given as a weak signal, the same signal will be getting at the output with as what? A strong signal. Okay, so that is what we call it as what? Transistor amplifier as. Okay, yes. So this is all about the transistor amplifier and the faithful amplification. And for faithful amplifications, for faithful amplification to happen, so there are certain conditions. Okay, so these are bias conditions. And for faithful amplification, so there are certain conditions for faithful amplification. What all are they? Proper zero signal collector current. Proper zero signal collector current is what? Again the same thing what I have said before. So no signal. Okay, unless they haven't given any of the signals. So that is what is what? Zero input collector current. Zero input means what? They haven't given any of the input input signal yet. Okay, so that is no under no signal condition. So that is what we call it as what? Zero signal collector current. Zero signal in the sense no input signal yet been given. Okay, so if I haven't given any of the input signal yet, so I haven't given any of the input signal yet, then also I must have a proper collector current. Proper collector current must be there, which has to be flowing properly, all because of the bias voltage, isn't it? So if we have given that bias voltages and all, then some current will flow definitely, isn't it? So that should be there. Proper zero signal collector current should be there. Okay, zero signal collector current in the sense bias voltage must be there. Without bias voltage, none of the voltage or none of the current is going to flow, isn't it or not? Yes. Okay. So no signal means we haven't given this signal yet. So this input signal haven't been given yet. So this amplifier is a block wherein we have a transistor amplifier circuit with some bias voltage. Fine. Transistor amplifier circuit will be there with some bias voltage will be there. And input to that we will provide an AC signal. So that AC signal will be converted into what? Another AC signal of means same AC signal will be amplified with its strength. Okay, fine or not? Okay, yes. So proper zero signal collector current. So that thing is called what? Proper zero signal collector current. Zero signal means what? Input signal hasn't been given yet. Okay, so although we have to have a proper collector current there. So that proper collector current will come with the bias circuit. Correct or not? Yes. Yes. So then we have minimum base emitter voltage VBE. Minimum VBE must be there. Okay, without minimum VBE, you won't have that proper ID, isn't it or not? Okay, the base current will be there. Proper or minimum base to emitter voltage must be there. So that is again we are talking about again the bias concept, isn't it or not? So the base to emitter voltage must be given properly so that we will have to have a minimum VBE. VBE should be as minimum as possible. In the sense, minimum VBE should be there. Okay or not? Okay. So without that, the base is not active yet. Yes or no? Okay. Yes. So then we have to have minimum collector emitter voltage. So VCE. VCE is again another bias voltage condition. It has to be there. Otherwise, you won't have that proper collector current again. Isn't it or not? VCE should be given properly. Otherwise, your output terminal of your combination is not at all working proper, isn't it? So that is what we will be calling we will be saying three of the important points for faithful amplification to happen. Okay, so for that amplifier to work or to give proper amplification or fixed amplification, these three are the conditions which have to be satisfied priorly. Okay, so zero signal electric current, minimum VBE and minimum VCE must be there, otherwise it won't give you proper or fixed amplification. Is that okay? Yes. So now coming to concept of yes. So now coming to concept of working of an amplifier. So here we will see how your transistor amplifiers are going to work. Okay. So here we have shown you a block representation. Okay. So in this circuit, I have shown some input voltage which has been given. Here we have the load RL, wherein we have some output voltage which is going to drop, and this is your input current which will flow because of this input voltage given, and this is your output current which will flow through the load, which will make a voltage drop of V0 at the output. Fine? Yes. So here we haven't shown any of the bias. Here we haven't shown any of the bias voltages. Okay. So the bias voltages are all there in this amplifier block. They are inside. Okay. Inside the amplifier block. This is a transistor amplifier circuit. Okay. So bias voltages are there. Okay. Yes. So here we have shown only the input and output to see how the amplification is going to happen. Okay. Fine. Yes. Now we have an amplifier circuit wherein we have low input impedance and high output impedance. Okay. So impedance is what is called total resistance at the input side, total resistance at the output side. So this is low input impedance. Input impedance, so that impedance is represented as what? Z. So even this one we have discussed in our previous year, isn't it? Zn is what? The input impedance or input resistance, total resistance. Okay, not only resistors resistance, also capacitors, inductors, whatever circuits, like what all things you have, all those resistances are considered when it comes to AC input. When AC signal has been given, so then we consider the other components resistances too. When DC is there, only DC we have no question of resistance like reactances provided by your capacitor and inductor and all, we are not considering, because for AC signals, because resistance of those component is not at all dependent on the frequency. Okay, but like they will depend on the frequency. Okay, so the resistance or the reactance of your capacitor, reactance of your inductor will depend on what? Frequency. When it comes to DC, there is no question of frequency, isn't it? So in such cases, we won't consider any of the reactances of other components. Only resistance is considered for DC input signals. When it comes to AC, so we will call the total resistance. We will talk about all the components coming into picture to make the total resistance. So that total resistance of the circuit, including resistance and other components resistance together, will make the total resistance of the circuit. That is what is called impedance. So here we have made an electronic circuit wherein the input side will have what? Low impedance. Total resistance is what? Very low at the input side, and output resistance or output impedance is what? Very high. High output impedance, low input impedance we will have, and input impedance is denoted as what? Z in, and output impedance is denoted as what? Z out. They call it. The impedance is represented as what? Z. Okay. Yes. So Z in is low, Z out is high. Okay. So this is how we will be going to do. Okay. So low input impedance, high output impedance we will consider. Like we will have such a circuit made. Okay, for the working of an amplifier. Now the bias voltages are there, and like we haven't shown here, and we have shown only the input voltage, weak input signal which has been given, and strong output signal we have to get at the output. How we are going to get it? So we will see that now. Okay, so now I can call V in as what? I in. Okay, V in as what? Input voltage. V input signal is called as what? Like how I can define that? How I can make the equation for that? Vi is equal to I in into Z in. Correct? So V in is equal equal to I in into Z in, the total resistance. Okay, because of this input impedance, the current will flow. Correct or not? Yes. So Vi will be equal to I in into Z in, and V naught can be written as what? V naught is equal to I naught into Z naught. You can say it as. Correct? Clear? Yes. So now V in, V out. So this is a low, weak input signal. I should get high output voltage at the output. Okay, is that okay? Yes. Now, for example, like we will consider, like now we will see how this amplification is going to happen. Okay, so now if I give some weak signal, okay, if I give a weak signal at the input having less strength. Okay, so I have given a weak signal, or a weak signal has been given at the input. So that means what? Weak signal will have what? Small current which is going to flow through it, isn't it? So weak signal means what? Less amplitude or less strength signal, or less current, or a weak signal will have what? Less current, isn't it or not? Okay, so a small current will flow easily through a what we can say it as what we can say it as, what is that? Okay, so we have low input impedance. Okay, low input impedance means what? We have less resistance. Less resistance means what? We have less resistance. So a weak signal can enter. Okay, correct or not? If I have a low input signal, means weak signal we have. Okay, so we have a weak signal. So then we have what? Lot of resistance. We have high input resistance or high input impedance. If I have, will that current will be able to go into that circuit? Is that possible? No, not at all. Isn't it or not? Okay, so we have high input impedance means what? A weak signal, or a signal which is having very less current. So can it enter into if I have a lot of resistance? No. Correct or not? For that reason, we have to have a low input impedance. So if I have low input impedance, so that weak signal can easily pass through the input circuitry, and it can go into the amplifier circuit. Correct or not? Fine. So we have a weak input signal, a weak current signal. So that will go through this low impedance circuitry at the input. So it will reach to the amplifier block, wherein it is going to get amplified, wherein it is going to get amplified in the sense. So here we have this I in, and we will have that small current only. Fine. So we have this I in. So small current we are giving, and that will result to a almost nearly equal current. Nearly equal current will be resulting. Okay. So I in will be almost equal to I naught. Okay. So we have given a weak signal which will pass through this low input impedance. Low input impedance we have. So small current will pass through, and it will go to amplifier block, and amplifier will make some output current of same strength. I can say it as. Okay. So we have got almost small current we have got at the output, or we have got some certain current which is almost near to its strength only. So we have got some output current. So that is there. But the output circuitry will have what? So the output circuitry is made up of what? High impedance. So output circuitry will have what? High. It has got high impedance means what? High impedance. More the resistance, or more the impedance, more the resistance, more will be the voltage drop. Correct or not? Isn't it or not? So we have more voltage out there the output. In the sense, we have high impedance at the output. So that will make what? High voltage drop. Correct or not? Okay. So we have some current. So current is almost same as that of input current. So as this current passes through a high impedance circuit, so that will make a huge voltage drop at the load. Fine. Is that okay? So then here we have the input signal Vn. So or we can say we have given some low signal. less amplitude or less current, which will be converted into a signal of what? High amplitude. Is that okay? Is that clear? Correct or not? Okay. So we have given a signal of weak signal or weak strength, which will be passing through a low impedance circuit, where it is going to get amplified. So that means what? We are getting the current of almost near value or near amplitude or near strength only. So but it has to go, like it is given to a large impedance circuit, means the output impedance is very large, so that will make a high voltage drop. Definitely a high voltage drop is going to happen. So V in, small v in given will result to what? Large or strong strength signal, or the out will be produced at the output. So then we are having this voltage amplification which is happening. Is that okay? Clear or not? Okay. So here I can make this amplification or amplifier concept happening. So okay. So this is how the amplifiers are going to work. Fine. Because we have taken low input impedance circuit at the input, high input and high output impedance circuit at the output. So this weak signal will be converted into what? A strong signal of higher amplitude, higher voltage. Okay. So low voltage signal will be converted into what? High voltage signal of high voltage or high strength. This is how we have this amplifier concept working. Is that okay? Is that clear? Fine. Yes. Now coming to three of the configurations. Okay. So we have common base amplifier, common emitter amplifier, and common collector amplifier. Okay. So three of the modes we can make your transistors or transistor amplifiers to work as. Okay. So now coming to three of the configurations. So we have common base configuration and common emitter configuration, common collector configuration. Okay. So we talked about the input and output impedances first. Okay. So for common base configuration, input impedance. Input impedance we will talk about, and also output impedance we will talk about. Okay. Then make out a table like thing. Okay. Common base configuration will have a low input impedance and high output impedance, and common emitter configuration will have what? Moderate input impedance and high output impedance. And for common collector configuration, reverse is the thing. So it has got high input impedance and low output impedance. Fine. Okay. So these are the three things what we can make of for your common base configuration, common emitter configuration, common collector configuration. All the three configurations can be used to work as what? Amplifiers. Okay, transistor amplifiers. Okay, three of the configurations can be used to make your different transistor amplifiers. Okay, so here we have common base configuration, common emitter configuration, common collector configuration. Common emitter configuration will have low input impedance, high output impedance. Here we have moderate input impedance, high output impedance. And for common collector configuration, we have high input impedance and low output impedance. Okay. Yes. Now coming to, because of all these things, we can have the things so and so. So see here. Okay. For common mode or like a common base configuration. So common base configuration mode. Okay. Common base mode or common base configuration transistor amplifier can be used as what? Only voltage amplifier. Why? Because you can use it as what? Voltage, only the voltage amplifier, because your what is your in common base configuration. In common base configuration, what is output current? In common base configuration, your output current is what? Output current is what? It is in common base configuration. What it is? It is here in common base configuration, base is common. So here we have base common means what? Your input current is what? I see if I have common base if I go for. So what is your input and output current? What we can say it as your collector current and input and output currents. Now here IC and IE both will be same, isn't it or not? Common base configuration means what? Collector, your input and output currents are almost similar. So then when your input and output currents are of equal strength, is there any equation of current amplification? No. Correct or not? So we have input and output currents which are both of which are of same magnitude or same strength. So then there is no question of current amplification. Correct or not? So then I can use common base configuration or common base mode only as what? Voltage amplifier. Okay. So now coming to CE mode, common emitter mode or common emitter configuration can or common emitter configuration amplifier mode can be used as both. If I use the transistor in common emitter configuration, so I can use that amplifier as both voltage amplifier and current amplifier. Okay. So most of your transistor amplifier circuits will be what? Common emitter configuration only. Okay. So they will be used in what? Common emitter configuration only because they can be used as both voltage amplifiers, current amplifiers, and also they will be used as what? Power amplifiers too. Fine. Common emitter configuration is best mode of transistor amplifier configuration because it can be used as what? Voltage amplifier, it can be used as current amplifier, and it can also be used as what? Power amplifier. All the three are possible. And why it is current amplifier? Because in common emitter configuration, in common emitter configuration, what is your input current? IB is your input current. That will be lesser than your output current, isn't it? Or we can say it as your collector current or common emitter IC. Okay. So base current is your input current. Okay. And that will be lesser than your collector current, output current, isn't it? So base current will be very less than that of your collector current IC. So then obviously current amplification is also happening. Voltage amplification is also happening. Okay. And also power amplification is also happening. Okay. So coming to CC mode of common collector configuration, we can say it as it can be used only as what? Current amplifier, because we have this common collector in the sense here we have this base current as input current and output current is what? Emitter current IB. So IB will be far greater than IB, so it can be used as what? Current amplifier. Okay. So and it can be used as what? Voltage amplifier. Why? Because input impedance is high, output impedance is low. So then we won't have any of the high voltage which is going to drop at the output because of low output impedance. We have low output impedance means what? Voltage drop will be again low than that of your input. Correct? Okay. So here we have high input impedance, low output impedance. So when we have low output impedance, voltage drop will be definitely lesser than the input voltage drop. Correct or not? Okay, so this is how that is why we can't use this common collector mode configuration as what? What you can say voltage amplifier. Voltage amplification is not at all possible. In both this CB and CE mode, we can have voltage amplification done, and CE mode is very important configuration of your transistor to be used as what? Amplifier, wherein we can have voltage, current and power. All the three amplifications are possible. That is why this is the most widely used mode of operation for transistor amplifier. CE, common emitter configuration, is used most for transistor amplifier circuits. Okay, we can, why? Because we can have all the voltage, current and power. All the three amplifications are getting done. Fine? Yes. This is all about your amplifiers and three of the configurations, and for what all things they will be used. Okay, so this one common base is voltage amplifier, common emitter is what? Voltage, current and power amplifier, and common collector mode is what? Current amplifier. We can use it as. Okay, so this is all about the concept of working of an amplifier.